class 9, welcome to this new session number 10 of Spreadsheet. Here we will be learning about inserting and deleting of the cells, rows as well as columns. This is going to be one of the important topic of the Spreadsheet chapter. So to show you how to do all this inserting as well as deleting, I have made a small worksheet of 10 students. Here I have included 10 names and some marks. These are the random marks. So first we'll learn how to insert new rows as well as columns. Now, as you can see, I have included the subject English, Science, SST, Hindi as well as Computer. Now I forgot to mention, or I forgot to put the subject Maths, which is a very important subject. So let us consider I need to insert a subject Maths somewhere here in between. So for that I need one column. So for that I don't need to delete the whole worksheet and make it once again. What I can do is I can simply insert a new column wherever I want. So for that I need to first make out where I'll be where I want a new column to be added. I want a column to be added here. So after selecting that particular column, I can go to the home tab and I can come to this sales group, and in that sales group you can see there is an option called as insert. Click on that insert and click on this option called as insert sheet columns. So what you can see is a new column is added and you can put the data whatever is required. So it's very simple. This is very simple. So I have included one column here, and that I have done it by selecting the column and going to the home tab and going to the sales group. Inside the sales group, insert option and insert columns. So you will get a new column inserted in front of the column that is selected. Suppose I selected this column, and if I click here, a new column will be added in front of that column. So this is how the thing is done. Or it can also be done like this: select, then right click and insert. You see, new column is added. So similarly, if you want to insert a new row, let's say I want to insert a new row in front of this serial number 7, then what I can do is go to any cell in that row. I'm clicking here, go to the home tab once again and click on insert, click on the insert rows. What you see, a new row is added. Or you can also do it like this. Here you go, right click and insert, a new row is added. Here I can add a new name like this. A new row or new column is added. A new row as well as new column is added in this way. In the same way, if you want this particular, you see this particular thing is here, and this one, okay, you can do like this. Now if you want to insert a new cell, for example, this particular name Kishan has to be down here. That means the marks has been jumbled up. So I want this cell to be pushed down. So I want a new cell to be added here and others should go down. So for that again I can go here and insert and I can click on the cell. So when I do that, what Excel should do, if a new cell is added, the other cells should go down. So I'll click on shift cells down. You see, a new cell is added here and the other cells are pushed down. So here we can add a new name like this. So this is how a cell is added. So we learn how to insert a column, we learn how to insert a row, and we also learn how to insert a cell inside the worksheet, and when all of these things are done, what it should do to the other things. In the same way, if you want to learn how to delete the rows or the columns or the cell, the process is all same. If you want to delete the whole column, select the whole column here. The whole column is selected. Go to home tab once again and come here to delete and click on the delete sheet columns. See, all the columns are deleted. Now in the same way, if you want to delete the whole row, select the whole row, go to delete or delete rows. So this way you can do that. In the same way, if you want to delete a particular cell, suppose you want to delete a cell called as this. So what I can do is I can simply select this cell, go to home tab, come to delete and delete cells. Again it will ask when this cell is deleted, what the other cells should do. Either it should go to the left side or it should go up. So select shift cells to the left. No, we don't want this. We want shift cells up. Click OK. So here we go. This is how the cells are deleted. So it is very simple. Now let us discuss about the cell referencing and its type. Cell referencing is a term that is used with the behavior of the cell address in the formula when they are copied from one cell to another. So you have already got an idea about the address of the cell. Whenever a cell is selected, that cell will have an address. This cell will be having an address of J5 because it is made by column number J and row number 5, and this is the cell referencing. This is a cell reference. This is cell reference, and this particular cell reference keeps on changing when we use that particular cell in the formula. All the formula will be visible in the formula bar, and cell will have the result. Like when I'm writing a formula, like say is equals to C2 plus D2 plus E2 plus F2 plus G2. So this is the address that I have written. So this is the formula to calculate the sum of all the 5 subjects in the cell H2. So when I press enter, you can see that this particular cell will be having an answer. Now this is an answer which I got by adding these 5 numbers, and this particular number is obtained by the formula that I have written in the formula bar. Now what happens in the spreadsheet is when we are using the formula in a particular cell, and when I copy this cell to other cells, then that particular formula changes. That formula changes, and that particular kind of referencing has got a name. Basically in spreadsheet worksheet we have got 3 different types of cell referencing. The first one is called as the relative cell referencing, the second one is called as the absolute cell referencing, and third one is a little bit advanced, that is called as mixed cell referencing. So I am going to show you how the different types of cell referencing looks like in Microsoft Excel. So for this I am using this particular worksheet, and first I'll be talking about the first kind of cell referencing, that is called as a relative cell referencing. Now relative cell reference, what happens is whenever it is used in a formula and it is copied from one place to another, the reference of the cell change with the position of the cell pointer. For example, I have written this formula. You have already seen this formula. I have written C2 D2 E2 plus F2 plus G2. Now this one is in this particular row, so this is this formula, and when I press enter we are getting the answer. Now when I am copying this like this, now what is happening when I go to any other cell? Now when I go to this particular row number 6, the answer is different because I have copied the formula. Doesn't mean that the same formula is copied. When I'm copying the formula from one cell to the other cell, the relative position of the cell changes, and the reference in the formula also changes. Like, let us take this example. See what happens here. What happened here? It is giving you let's go and check it here. Formulas. You see here, I'm checking this particular row, and here the formula was changed automatically. I did not change it. When I copy the formula from one cell to other cell, automatically the formula changes. I mean, the cell reference changes with relative to its position. That means it was for these particular rows, so it should take this particular cell address of the cells. Likewise, you can see when I go to the last one, automatically these one is changed. So this kind of cell referencing is called as relative cell referencing, where the formula in the copied cell changes according to or relative to the change in the position of the cell pointer. So wherever the cell pointer is, it will change accordingly. Okay, in the second type of cell referencing, what we have in Microsoft Excel is called as absolute cell reference. To show this, to make you understand this absolute cell referencing, I have made a small worksheet just to show it to you. Now here what I have got is I have written the names of the students, and the marks obtained. The total marks is 500, and the marks obtained by all those students are given here. Now what I'm going to do here in this column is try to find out the percentage. So percentage formula, Aniket Tamang marks obtained is 285, and this is out of 500. So the formula is going to be is equals to this divided by this, and when I press enter, you are going to get the marks as 57%. So this is quite simple. So what I have done here is I have used this formula. I have divided 285 by the total marks, that is 500, and I got the answer. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to copy this formulas like before in the same way. You can see this is copied in the same way. B3 by B2, B4 by B3. Okay, now let us see what will be the answer. Now you can see here percentage are always calculated out of 100. So 57, what we have calculated, that is correct. Now you can see here the second student, that is Binita Sharma, got 325 out of 500. So it should not be 114%. It should not be 114%. It should be less than 14%. That means it's looking some problem is there. Same way, 166%, 226%. This is quite impossible. So there is some problem. So what is happening? Let us check. So this one, this Vinita Sharma marks is 325 divided by V3, that means divided by the marks of Aniket. This is wrong. Let us go and check this. What happened here? It is dividing this number, that is Isai Tamang's total marks, by the Nima Chening's total marks. That is absolutely wrong. That means the way we are doing this is totally incorrect. So what exactly happening is here, when we are copying the formula from the first cell to the other cells, it is copying with relative to the position. That means in the first cell these two were being used, and here these two are used, here these two are used. So that is totally wrong. So that means all these formulas are wrong. So what exactly is to be done here is, in all the cells here, these marks has to be divided by these marks. That means this particular cell has to be, what do you have to do? This cell has to be fixed. So for fixing that, what I'm going to do is I am going to use a formula like this: is equals to 285, that is B3 divided by divided by control B, $2. See, I'm getting the same answer. Now I'll explain it to you later. Now let us go just here. Now it's getting 65. Now you can see this particular formula is this number divided by this. Let us do another one. Okay. This is my mistake, sorry. This should be 405. Can you see this? See, 405 divided by 500. Now we will see the rest of the cells also. Now none of the values are more than 100%, because if you go and just check the formula, what happened is all the cells, you can see all the cells B3, B4, B5, B6, B7, B8, B9, B10, B11 and B12, all of them are divided by this 500, and this 500 is in B2. So what I have done is I have used $B and $2. $B and $2 will fix the row as well as the columns. That means this particular value that is present in B2 is fixed, because all the values has to be divided by 500. So this is the way in which I can use the absolute cell referencing. So in absolute cell referencing, what happens is the cell reference or the reference of the cell is fixed in a particular location by putting the $sign in front of the alphabet of the column and the number of the row. So if I write $B, $2, that particular cell is fixed and that cell address will not change if I copy the formula or the function from one cell to another. This is called as absolute cell reference. Now in the third type of cell referencing, that is the mixed cell referencing. As you have seen it in the second type of cell referencing, that whenever we are using that, both of the cell as well as columns are fixed. In a particular worksheet, we always have the row and a column. Now when a row also, a column also is fixed, then it is considered as the absolute cell referencing. But in case of mixed cell referencing, what happens is either a row or a column, if it is fixed, not both of them all the time. If a row or a column, is fixed at a time, then it is called the mixed cell referencing. Now to show the mixed cell referencing, I have made a small worksheet. Here it is a simple multiplication table. Now here I have written 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and here we have got the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what I'm going to do is I am going to multiply 10 into 1, 10 here, 10 2s are 20, 3s are 30, 4s are 40 and 5s are 50. In the same way, 50 1s are 50, and here we'll get 250. So for that, the formula we are going to use is equals to this multiplied by this. Simple, we got 10. Now let us try to copy the formula. Now you see here the problem, it doesn't look good. Now let us do one thing. So obviously there was some problem in the formula in the cell referencing. Now if I copy this formula this side, see, 10 1s are 10, 10 2s are 20, 10 3s is coming 60, 240, 1200. So what the problem was is, let me show it to you. Okay, I'll just copy this much and I'll go to this formula and I'll show formula. So what is happening, A3 to B2 is this one and this one is A4 is okay, and it is multiplying B3. That means whatever value we got it here, that is was 10. 10 ones are 10, so 10 into 20, it was showing 200. You can see, so that means this one is multiplied by this one, so you're getting this. This one is multiplying by this, and this is this. So I hope you got the idea. Now here, if we go this side, then again it's showing the same kind of problem. So here also this 2 is multiplied. Now if I go here, this one and this one is multiplied, and this one and this one is multiplied. So this is not the way we want it. So what we are going to do now is we are going to fix the column. So for that $B $2, we are getting the answer. Here we go, and up here we are getting the correct answer. And if you go this side, what is happening? All are coming 10. That means this in all the cells it is multiplying B3. This is B3 multiplied by B2. This one C3 multiplied by B2. That means you are going to get the same answer. So here also the problem is. Now what we have to do is we have to keep whenever we are multiplying this way, that time the value in the cell number A3 has to be fixed, and when we are multiplying downside, that time it's a little bit different. So first let us try to fix the value 10, that is in A3. So for that the value this one is incorrect, so let us delete it. What I have to do is equals to $A3 multiplied by B2. So we have learned it in our previous absolute. That means whenever we write a dollar sign in front of the column alphabet or the row number, that particular is fixed. So we are going to fix the value 10, that is in A3. So A is fixed, so this one. So if I press enter, I'm going to get this answer. If I go this side, you are going this correctly. So 2s are 20, 3s are 30, 4s are 40, 5s are 50. Now let us copy downside. See, again there is a problem. That means that is not the way. So it should not be B2. So let us delete this and let us delete this also. Now what I have to do is equals to A3 is fixed, and that should be multiplied by B $2. See, what I've done is I have multiplied $A. That means whenever I'm copying this side, A3 has to be fixed, and whenever I'm copying this side, B2 has to be fixed. So let us go this side and let us copy this side and check it. You see here 10, 20, 30, 20, 2s are 40, 40, 3s are 120, and so on. So this is the way in which I can copy the formula by keeping either a row or a column fixed, and this kind of cell referencing is called as mixed cell referencing, where either a column or a row is fixed. Whenever I am writing a dollar sign in front of a column or a row number, column alphabet or the row number, that particular thing becomes fixed. You can see that in this particular row it has to be multiplied by this value A3. that is 10 all the time. 10 ones are, 2s are, 3s are, 4s are, 5s are. So that time $A has to be fixed. Okay, now when I'm copying this side, then this B2, that is the value 1, has to remain fixed. That is $2, $2, $2, $3, $3. Okay, so this way I can either fix a column here or the row, and this kind of referencing is called as cell referencing.